Hello YouTube, Ronin Kaze. Look, the beginning, I got it down. This is full on computering. That's why I got both my props on. Today, I finally got the GhostBSD working with KDE. So that's what you're seeing right now, the virtual machine coming up. Kind of showing you how I have it set. Had some questions that I asked AI about. It said I could go up to 8 to 10 processors. Right now I have it on 6. I was going to do some benchmarks and I got some really weird readings. So I'm not going to do that. Excuse me. I'm not going to do that. So that's GhostBSD booting up. If you could like, subscribe, share, unsubscribe, resubscribe, maybe buy me a Monster or a cup of coffee, I'd appreciate it. So one of the differences, the key difference that you're going to realize between BSD and Linux is everything's done through the terminal to start. So you can see I had Mate and now I have KDE X11. I could never get Wayland to work. It's okay. When I first had this, I'd get a black screen, and there's a quick fix for that I eventually found. One of the attributes I like, I can resize this window and it resizes automatically to do whatever. I'm eventually going to make it full screen. But right now this is maximized. And I'm going to pull out, because you got to be in the terminal, right? I'm going to pull up the terminal. I've already installed Chromium on there. And so I'm going to go over how to install things and how to uninstall them, YouTube. I'm very excited about this. This kind of is like, it's a lifelong dream. What a pathetic life I have, that getting BSD to work with a graphic monitor. So here I'm showing you my, you can go into KDE and change things. I usually change that bottom menu bar. I like that to be nice and big. I'm old. I have bad eyes, YouTube. Bad eyes. And if you saw my glasses, holy smokes, YouTube. All right, so I fixed that. And I might show you how to change the windowing up there, right? I think I already might have done that. It's on the left side. So this is the update. So I hit the software update in KDE. There's no software to update. It doesn't see it. You got to do it through BSD. So I'm going to pull up the terminal. It's console with a K. I'm just showing you what the machine state is. Latest version of BSD is 15 something. This is on 14.3. Right, GhostBSD is based on FreeBSD. Thank you to the folks who do GhostBSD. You might donate to them. If you don't want to donate to me, you might donate to them if you're going to use this. Here's some thoughts. How much virtual space? I don't need 80 gig to do this because I'm mainly just going to browse off of this for the security, YouTube. So I have the terminal up. I'm going to have to move that closer, YouTube, because I can't see it. So another great thing about GhostBSD, sudo's in there automatically, so you're kind of familiar in what you have to do. It's based off, am I mixing metaphors? Let me be quiet for a second. So right there, I think I searched for the packages, or did I load it actually? Oh, I searched for VLC, and much to my chagrin, YouTube. Nothing, this is a truism in YouTube world and in the real world. Ronin Kaze does horrible demos. I'll give you a quick, while this is doing it, you can see what's happening. It's just going to be sweet. So I'm in California. My friend has been put in charge of a measuring location. And I'm not a software engineer guy. Like I can fake it. But a demonstration is you use your machine software and hardware to measure a customer's part. So it already had VLC, so I'm going to try to put something else. And then I'm like, yeah, there's VLC. So I fly out to California. I go in there. And there's a thing called a thread form. Some of you that are smart may know what that is. I didn't know what it was, but it's what makes threads. and it's like a master, and then they, I don't know, force the metal to get threads or whatever. And I'm going to measure those with a contour machine. So I'm looking which one of these I need to load. What am I trying to load again? Can't read it, too small. But I'm going to copy that, whatever it is. And the format's the same, right? So once you install one thing, it's easy to install a bunch of them because you're just using the up arrow on the terminal. And if you know what you want, it's pretty relatively quick. And then it says, yep, it's in the package. You want me to do it? Yep. And I'm going to do more of those, YouTube. So I'm just doing this, and I don't know how to use the software because I haven't done it before. That blue light's the blue screen of death on the Mac before it goes to sleep. That's like the big middle finger to Microsoft. Here, we have blue screen every single day when we go in our sleep. So I'm putting OBS on. I'm going to try to run OBS. So I'm in front of the customer also. So I'm doing this demonstration in front of the customer. I haven't really been able to practice. I don't know how to use the software. Guess how the demo went. For those of you, God bless you, that are listening to this podcast, I'm just giving you the look like, oh, crap, here it goes again. We're sinking, YouTube, we're sinking. In defense of my friend and his crew on there, they didn't know how to use it either. It was a new product for them, so they were counting on me to be the specialist. I was just a sales guy. I'm not going to scab off other people's work, YouTube. Grew up in Michigan and Detroit area. So, looks like I'm all set to run OBS. One of the things I want to know, so here's what I want to know for you. What's the optimal virtual machine for my system and the virtual machine? They said it's between 8 and 10 processors. I have 6. I'm not going to really OBS inside of OBSing, right? That's the Inception. YouTube. I'm not trying to incept the computers. I was just trying to see if it runs. It never could get the source. That's okay. But now I'm stuck with OBS, so how do I get rid of it? And you're going to see what I do. If you use the word install to install something, you would think you would use the word uninstall. But obviously, the folks that invented BSD are a lot smarter than Ronin Kaze. So they used a different word, and you're going to see me fumble through that. So I have a history of doing these demonstrations when I try to do them live. I think that you deserve a non-scripted YouTube. Very seldom will I have something written down where I have points. Like the other day I gave you something and I was going to do the 4 gifts for Christmas. And I don't remember the Wizard of Oz, so I had it wrote down and I had the graphic already. So I just read off that graphic, the words, and then talked extemporaneously. So there I had to find what the instruction was. I guess it's delete. So I just did the up arrow in terminal and then went to where I needed to change that word. And I'm going to uninstall OBS. I don't have a problem with scripts, but you can tell when it's scripted. You can tell the difference between people that are scripted and non-scripted. In some things, I don't mind being scripted if it's technical, historical kind of stuff where you're never going to remember all that stuff off the top of your head. But if you're scripted and you're, I'm this close, YouTube, to doing, we're going to watch a video and then I'm just going to critique it. I really dislike those type of videos. You never really see me do that. I believe that everyone should make their own content. But some of the stuff's so bad that I just got to bring it out like, hey, don't do this if you're doing this. Ronin, what gives you the say to determine what works and what doesn't work? So now I'm going to run YouTube on it. Inception YouTube, that's a callback. So I'm searching for Ronin Kaze 77. That's my actual name. Look at that guy up there first, or is that an ad? There's one of my videos. I click on the video so I can get to my channel and then play the latest video. So everything's working great. And I fire up that video. Now, I haven't gone full screen yet.
We're doing survival in the division, the first division.
But through the magic of the internet, through the magic of computers, I had fun making that video. I'm going to tell you what's fun. When I get caught playing a game for like 2 hours, I'm supposed to make the video. Okay, so now I have virtual machine running GhostBSD, running YouTube of my channel, of my video, and now I'm going into my regular desktop. You can see the usage right now. Quarter of my CPU is being used up by that. Now I'm going to go YouTube and play 2 versions of it. If only I could do that to get some more likes and shares. Unsubscribe, resubscribe. That's a cheap callback too. Sorry, YouTube. I'm all up in my feelings. Look at AI talking about me. Thank you, AI.
So it's a very...
Hello, YouTube, Ronin Kaze, and there we go.
2 days in a row, got the beginning of that.
We're doing I have 2 threads going on now. I have the thread about people doing bad videos, and I also have the thread about I was doing a performance check. Right? I'm going to talk about the performance check. So I wanted to know this question. I don't care what the benchmark is. I wanted to benchmark Cachy, just what the CPU says during that, and then benchmark GhostBSD that's inside a virtual machine, what the CPU says. That failed miserably. Miserably. And if I have time, I'll tell you why. So that thread's done. These people that read off the scripts, especially the political commentary, if you don't know what you're going to say, I critique that. Why did I know? Because I was a vice president of a company, and people would have to do presentations, and we sold stuff. So you're always looking at people that are going to get in front of customers and talk to customers. And I realize one of my things is like that's a pause, and I'm going to go into a new thing, right? I realize I'm doing that. You just want to be a natural talker. If I had no ums or ahs, I'm a script. If I'm using words that I normally gargantuan YouTube, that have no context, that's AI. And how can you tell AI when it mispronounces people's names, or it says instead of NATO, NATO, or instead of saint, it says street, st dot elsewhere. I think I'm installing one more program. I don't think I've maximized it yet. Oh, I'm installing something big. I'm installing Steam. Because then I'm like, now, it's a virtual machine, so it's like VGA. So I had to select VGA to run that. VGA used to be 640 by 480. It was 800 by 600, I'm not sure. But it let me go to whatever size I want. So now I'm going to full screen. So what virtual machine does, it uses the right control and F to let you go into full screen. Now I'm in full screen. Now you couldn't even tell. So I do bad demos. I'm a critique of bad demos because I know what a bad demo is. I don't like people that read off scripts because it just sounds so fake. You're not that sure of yourself. Then you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I have a hard time with public speaking. I understand if you scripted your first, but you're on like number 50 of your videos. Stop scripting it. Learn your subject. Wow. Sorry, YouTube, for being so brash. So this is telling you how to get Steam to work. After getting this, and I didn't have time today, I'll work on doing that. And that'll probably play like Wasteland and Red Alert and those other, 1990 games. I don't think it's going to play any graphic game because the graphic card it's emulating only has 128 megabytes. Megabytes, YouTube, of video RAM. Like when I don't know what the stats were, but there was a graphics card called the Hercules card. It did 720 by like 350. You could only normally get 640 by 480, and it was like in 2 colors. And then this Hercules came along, it had more resolution. You're like, wow. The horror. So we're getting close to the end. So that kind of wraps it up. GhostBSD, I'm happy. This is where a point I can get. I'm not going to play Steam on it. I don't have to do that. but I want to browse from here. So I want to browse from here. I have Chromium on there. And so what I want to do is just load that stuff up just to run my browser. I probably don't need 6 processors. I'm going to run it like that. And it'll be like that, and I'll surf the web like that. Appreciate everyone that's watching the channel. Thank you for stopping by. This is Ronin Kaze. Now, we're thinking about New Year coming. So I know everyone in the world celebrates New Year's. Other people celebrate a different day. Love you, YouTube. Talk to you soon. Bye.